Warden, you're like, get me out, please. Can't do anything.
You're against all mostly range damage, and that's where you've got a lot of protection from the field.
And if you look at their heroes as well, these are the heroes that you want Arc Warden. Frontliners, Void, Spirit Breaker, Razor. These are 3 heroes that can be in line. Chrono Charge, very good spells that protect Arc Warden safe. That's what you want, when you Arc Warden. It's a hero that you want the draft to be centered around him. You do not want to just pick Arc Warden because you want to pick Arc Warden. You want to build a lineup that can allow the Arc Warden to shine.
Well, we'll see if this is going to be the pick for Empire in Game 2. They are down a game against LGD.
I kind of like their last pick more.
Yeah.
I'm going to favor them.
I like their draft for sure. I think what we saw in Game 1 is LGD, in terms of execution, are definitely on point. They've come to TI with plenty, as every team has, with a lot of preparation, and really looked very polished. So I think even with maybe a drafting deficit, as at least we see, this is still going to be a tough game for Empire to win.
Yeah, I'm not very sure about the Leshrac. I haven't seen it a lot, so...
TI5 again, is that what this is?
I'll reserve my judgment after the game. It does have a lot of synergy with Conquer, and they both have spells to set up your split off. That's what you want. Leshrac. You want someone else to be able to set up so you can land your spells, do your damage. And so... What does LG...
They plan to do some shenanigans at
It's
bottom.
gonna pull the creeps.
Yep, this is something we've seen a lot out of LGD. And LFY as well. They love to send their offlaners into the trees, tuck them in, pull a creep wave or two. Some teams started sniffing this one out. Like they'll send they'll just start scouting out all the trees.
You can't do it every game because it's not a reliable way of playing off lane. You want to do it once in a while, once in a blue moon, to catch your opponent off guard. But if you're doing it every game, it's not gonna work. And Empire here trying to contest the rune.
Will they be successful? Lesh will stand his ground for now. Gets the Kunkka to back him up.
Oh, Skewer, can he get him?
Top lane, you're watching. Oh,
watching
every,
I
was like, which rune are you watching? There's a fight at 3 of them. Uh-oh, he could be in some trouble here on the Magnus.
Yeah, he's fine. He's just trying to waste as much time.
Yep. So didn't go for the creep wave pull. Instead, went for some rune.
He went for the rune.
He saw the. I guess he saw the supports. So he knew he could go for the rune. He's going to now go for the TP out.
Oh my!
Damage.
The damage was real there, but he was able to get out. But he does not have a self.
Victoria's there. He's like, okay, my Magnus didn't pull the wave. I'll pull the wave for him.
Yeah, this is something that LFY do a lot, like Afu for Inflame.
Yep.
If he can't really contest the lane, can't really do much for his offlaner, this is what he does. Pulls wave, jugs it all the way back to the tier 2.
Roger's trying to mess with it.
He's
pulling the Ancients for this wave. He's like, oh yeah, you want to pull this wave to your offlaner? Let's see about that. Let's kill some Ancients together.
That was well played by Roger. That was a really good move there.
Yep, he can now try and deny some of these.
Gets the last hit though.
Curiously watching here, overcomes the Magnus perhaps. Still going to be a wave for 11 to farm. The key thing is you can't get if you get 2 waves to meet up between the towers, then not only does 11 get these last hits, but he starts denying creeps as well.
Yeah, and he's going to get the next wave back to his tower as well because his last hitting.
He can pull the wave back, so by just pulling it, yeah, he still gets last hits, but you make sure he doesn't pull it to a creep wave.
Gonna land. So far, right now, both the offlaners somewhat getting decent farm, decent Magnus and Void. Yes, mid lane.
Lesh is struggling.
Yeah, I think this matchup should Razor. I'm not a mid player, but this matchup should be Razor favored.
Oh, for sure. I mean, it's not the old school Lesh where you max Lightning Storm and it does 600 damage per hit, and you kill an entire creep wave with one use. It's very different Leshrac these days.
Yep, and you have to worry about like a potential Spirit Breaker charging at you. He's gonna be charging bottom.
Not going to cancel. They want this kill. They want this first blood. They get the chilling touch out as well. Rezo taking tower hits, needs to be careful. They're going to take it off, and 11 barely goes down.
That was very, very good from Empire. I didn't think they would have gone for the kill. But
I thought it was going to be a cancelled charge as well. Roger has another charge to get out of here. He's got the Arcane Rune.
Because the Spirit Breaker was still level 1. If he was level 2, I could understand. But still. still,
Yeah, yeah.
Empire making the right read there, knowing their limits. It's gonna award them the first blood.
Barely getting the kill. Both Rezo and the Ancient Apparition getting very low from the tower hits, but
But
survived.
all in all, right now, so laning wise, both the offlaners getting somewhat similar. I would say Void is slightly ahead. But mid lane, here comes the Kunkka.
He's got 100 stolen damage. FN doesn't want to turn, knowing those Leshrac spells will be coming up soon. If he gets hit by another stun, could be in some trouble.
Yeah, they need to somehow help the Leshrac. Not doing so well in the laning phase. I think at some point they might have to give him some help. So this is the first help that they.
Oh, they found 11 in the trees. He is likely in trouble. Does skewer himself out of the cold feet, but he gets bashed. Roger. Coming out big.
This lane is not going too well right now for Death's Info. And comparing him, is actually having quite a okay time. What's level 4? Extra last hits. Magnus, like 2 last hits more.
Stealing some bounty runes, getting XP out of it.
Yep, and looking at the 2 supports from LGD, so they are focusing on helping the mid lane right now.
Yes.
Like I said, because Dash is really struggling to help.
They've definitely changed this lane a little bit. Even just throwing a torrent into Split Earth. FN's being forced to bring out multiple salves now because he keeps getting harassed.
The thing is, I kind of expected this. They actually just ran over, and there was a ward that scouted.
If FN wants to bait this one, or if he will just hug his tower.
Can he bait though? That's the thing.
TP's, well, not really there. AA could TP in from base. The charge is coming out onto Yao. Or will be for FN to charge forward. They are being very patient. They're going to go for the kill now. Here comes the charge. Yao does not get the Fortune's End off. The reveal there was a ward, but
Yeah, they know now. They know there's a ward.
save his life. Well, the ward actually expired, so they may be even incorrect about that one, as they may look to de-ward it.
Yep. So far things are looking good for Empire. 3 kills on their side. Being secured by his supports rotating, and right now they're gonna try to pressure this Parablade.
Charge coming up. Don't think they can get this kill. Looks like just to be some harass, but maybe with some lucky bashes.
Bash?
We'll see how they go.
Double bash.
Who's going to get the bash? Neither of them, unfortunately. Ghostic will time walk his way out of there, and Terrorblade will salve up.
That's still gonna allow the Spirit Breaker to place a deep walk down. So all in all, a good move by Roger here. Spirit Breaker giving the Void vision.
He wasn't expecting a kill. It's more like, hey, if we both get our bashes off, we might actually get this kill. But hey, they don't really mind.
What do you mean if, when you're playing Spirit Breaker, you're going, you're
You
just
know.
gonna try. I'm gonna get that bash. You're telling yourself.
Yeah, but the Void didn't believe. You know, he's not one with the 17%. He's only got that 15% right now.
Speed up after the X map. It's too
Nicely
much
done.
damage there.
Yep.
Pulse Nova level 6. Leshrac has so
Getting
much
very
damage.
low. Luckily for him, there is no charge as of yet. He gets away.
Oh, can he get the flux off?
There is no shrine to use, and 11 could get chased down here. Resolution
he's
does
dead.
get the flux off. And
The courier! Oh.
close. That was Magnus's boots, it looks like.
So,
coming out.
when that was happening, LGD, they're able to force down the tier 1 at top.
Can they get more? They've still got Metamorphosis, they've got Edict, but
Nah,
I don't
it's
think so.
Ending.
They'll chip at the tower, but like you say, unlikely to actually get this one. If anything, Terrorblade wants to be careful being this close to an enemy tower, and it's all about being careful. Ghostic is going to go aggressive, TP in from AA with the charge from Spirit Breaker. Ame,
Oh, he has no point save for Sunder. That is
he's going to buy out his items. Could not get Sunder off. Here comes the potential revenge, and AA Miposhka will throw away his life. Ghostic just does not want to get caught by an X. If he gets X, he gets torrented, he gets Split Earth, he will likely die.
There was like some indication there by LGD. Because the way you see the Terrorblade, he was playing so far forward because his team... Wait a minute. Charge.
Charge in. Rotation from Razor, a little bit far away for the time being. Roger perhaps looking for a bash. Here comes the return. I don't know if this will end up well. FN is in the neighborhood. Will be looking to fight this one. Finds Yao off to the side. FN with the link here and do a lot of damage. The plasma field will finish him off. Gets disarmed. Just a 1-for-1 trade there, so not all too bad. That could have gone a lot worse for LGD, I feel.
Oh, bottom lane, 11.
Okay, it is going a little bit worse for them. They do lose.
Yeah, this
Magnus.
is gonna be a nightmare lane for Arc Warden. so much levels.
TP back.
ahead
They'll
of
scout this one. Oh, it's being pinged. Ghostic has Chrono.
Oh shit! Well, but
He still dies. Maybe he's still alive here. Oh, okay, are they gonna chase him down? Plasma field. That's still on cooldown for now. Leshrac is probably like, holy cow! What did I TP back into? It was just that. A giant raging cow waiting for him. He's
he's
gonna.
fine. He's gonna get a TP.
He doesn't have a TP. He just TP'd home and got X back in. He
Oh,
can't
yeah.
TP.
Oh no!
They're gonna follow the breadcrumbs towards the shop. Now the range creep even finds him. Oh god, the plasma will finish him off. Well,
Okay, so
that's some Dota 2 stuff happening.
so all in all, there was a Chrono expanded, and they traded one Kunkka, the Void going down for the Kunkka, and the Metamorphosis is off cooldown. Let's see whether they are gonna either the tip. He's
Yeah.
just gonna try and meta and just farm ancient.
Like,
He's
like-
gonna do that.
okay, farming even with Chrono down. I guess he just feels like, well, I may as well just. Not, you don't have to worry about getting ganked as much now.
Yeah, and I think a lot of when pro players talk about how to use the map, they want to use it as much as you can, not only just to pressure towers, even using it to farm. It's like pretty much like you get more out of it. Try not to save it too much. Some players, they are gonna be like, oh, what if a fight happens, and I use my meta to farm.
Here comes the rotation mid. Just an AA.
He was playing pretty far forward, but he got his level 6, so
Yep.
that's all he needs right now. Chronosphere in 35 seconds. Edict's gonna demolish the towers, they don't make any rotation.
Arc Warden does not have a TP currently. Brings one out on the courier. This is important even just for sending his Tempest double to the mid lane to defend. Charge will go onto Yao, likely to be cancelled with the full-on LGD retreat, and do so, pick up the regen rune. Things will probably settle down. I wonder, I don't know if they saw the Metamorph get used. Perhaps if Empire know that, they're going to be more inclined to go for a fight now, but they may be anyways, because they have got Chronosphere back up. Also importantly, they do not have Spirit Breakers level 6 yet, but that could be coming soon with the, I think the 10-minute tomb was just bought, or likely to be bought.
Yeah, it's out now, so Spirit
Yeah,
Breaker will have his level 6. And for LGD, they are not as ready to make any moves to fight now, because meta is down, no RP, so they are much more on the defensive side right now. They look at their supports, because they can't do anything, they're just camping around their cores. Oh, they're actually still trying to smoke here,
11.
without their...
Fine.
Okay, so they don't have meta, they don't have
They have-
RP, but they still want to smoke here.
They have Ghost Ship, so it's, if they catch someone with an X, Torrent, Ghost Ship, Split Earth, there's a lot of damage. That right there is going to be close to 1k damage on a single target, so it does feel like they could kill even Resolution, as tanky as he is. And this is one of the tankier carries to run, 1300 hit points.
He's making the right move, he's reading it.
He's out of there. So just go find somewhere peaceful to use his Midas.
Of course.
Gets the double Midas off, he gets out of there, dire scan, finds no one, and at this point LGD probably realized, hey, let's just take the free tower, we're going to trade, we won't get the kill, which they were hoping for.
Well, meanwhile, they tried to snipe the Oracle in mid lane with the charge and the Ice Blast, but not connecting there. So in the end, it's going to be a 1-for-1 trade, 1 tower apiece. FN still decides to TP down. Okay, he's alone here. Runs in.
The OTP to the tier 1, that was...
Yeah, that was risky.
Weird.
So, but he did not get punished. LGD were like out of there after taking the tier 1, and right now they have all their, they should have all their spells up. Yep, Metamorphosis is up. Bolt is still available. How far off? Oh, he's really far off from his dagger on the Magnus this game.
He's died quite a few times. I feel like last game he was dying, but maintaining good farm. This game, he's just died solo to the Arc Warden a couple times. Much tougher lane that we're
Wow,
seeing this time around.
hey. Mask of Magnus, Terrorblade. I mean, I know everyone's been buying. Oh, top lane, charge, Ice Blast, see you later.
It is, you know, it actually started with this guy here, Ame. He's been the Mask of Madness buyer.
Even in my pubs, I've been seeing a lot of Mask of Madness, like Luna, Drow.
Ame goes it on every carry hero he plays from what I've been seeing. He's so comfortable with this item.
Let's see. I've never seen a Mask of Madness Terrorblade. This is a first for me. So it's gonna speed up his farm. He's gonna be able to, I guess, with Oracle on your kind of protected in some ways, and the Kunkka.
Yep.
So you're not gonna be punished as hard.
And once you've got your Metamorph with your illusions out, the only issue with silencing yourself is whether you need to use Sunder, but you can kind of maybe make a judgment call. If you're safely sitting back doing damage, you pop the Mask of Madness. If you're in the middle, you probably
If
don't.
Oracle is there, because the duration of the level 1 is level 1 False Promise is 8 seconds.
Yep.
As long as your Mask of Madness. So I think all in all, you should be able to pop your Sunder off every time.
One of the cool things in the late game is also you can disassemble it and get Butterfly with Satanic, which is very common items to have on a carry in the late game.
Charge. Oh, Ice Blast not connecting. He's gonna need like
Had an ulti coming up soon, but he didn't go for it.
he's gonna need like Bash Luck if he wants to go for that kill. But right now LGD, so they're going to try to still stack Ancients, and the other 3 men are always gonna be together trying to set up kills. This 3-man squad. Like when you play Dota, sometimes you see teams like they split their team in 3 and 2, like 2 packs. The other 3 is always going to be looking for kills. The other 2 is going to be constantly taking up space wherever they can. This 3 is trying to just distract the enemy because the Magnus needs time to farm his Blink. Terrorblade, on the other hand, you need a lot of items on the hero. Top lane,
Bolt Void with the X, damage is gonna be there. He did spend his money, but
he bought his Mask of Madness before dying.
it's the initiation talking about. Catch someone with the X, the follow-up damage is very formidable. It does feel like we're going to enter a kind of farming game. Both teams kind of avoiding the big team fights, trading towers a bit. Arc Warden getting very fat, but similarly LGD also getting farmed.
Every time this kind of situation occurs, I would prefer to be on the Arc Warden team. Because I think Arc Warden, when you get your farm, is like, and the enemy doesn't have the right heroes to deal with you, you're basically like gonna crush everyone. And this is the kind of game that I feel Arc Warden can actually do that.
Smoke up from Empire. They're going to send Arc Warden bottom though, so he has a TP scroll but does not smoke with his team. This will make it less obvious because he does reveal himself bottom. Meanwhile, the Chronosphere is fishing, looking for a kill. 11, oh, he's... Oh, he gets away.
Charge? Can they get the vision?
Doesn't look like it. Oh, he's behind the trees. Fortunate positioning from Magnus.
That was going to be so bad for LGD. If he died, he was 300 gold away from his dagger.
That's the reason LGD, they're pushing towers, but they're not able to smoke or take team fights because they really need this Blink Dagger to do anything major.
Yep. I mean, so far right now, the Leshrac has completed his Bloodstone. DB is working on his Manta. I mean, they basically need the Blink the most right now in this stage of the game. Once they have the Blink, they're going to be able to siege the towers. TB Metamorph tower, and then the Magnus will be like hiding around the tree somewhere, looking for an RP opportunity. That's the kind of game that LGD wants to play. And then once the enemy can't really fight you, they're gonna try and split push, and then you can use the X mark. Someone TPs to a lane to push out a lane and X mark and pull him back. Yeah, they're gonna do a lot of this kind of stuff when they get their Blink on the Magnus. Play their group up Dota.
They've got it. They've got the money for it at least, not the Blink in hand just yet. Empire have to be expecting this 16 minutes in.
I got a little confused when you say hand. I'm like, what? He's going for a hand of Midas?
Oh no, he's got...
like, no, not this game.
Not in hand, but coming on in courier fairly soon, I can imagine.
So right now, can LGD? I think LGD can actually make a smoke soon.
Ooh, there's a BKB on FN then, though. That's going to be a really big team fight item.
But they can still kill him. They have so much physical damage on the TB. True. Like, Empower TB meta.
Does mean if he gets caught by an X, he has an escape. But like you say, yeah, there is ways to deal with him with TB Metamorphosis. Likely we'll see some kind of armor item come up next for FN.
And this is the kind of game when you're the Void and the Magnus. Both of you do not want to be the person going first. You want to be the second hand. Because whoever goes first will get... the other person that goes second will get a bigger ultimate than the first guy. So you want to wait for, like, say, the Spirit Breaker or the Kunkka to start the fight.
Yep. And Kunkka is probably the better, more suited of the two to actually do that reliably.
So they smoke with the dagger. Oh, is he going to do a random? Oh, he got it!
Oh, the Chrono.
Oh.
You talked about the second ulti. It's the bigger of the two. Catches out 3. The save is there from the Oracle. Yao keeps Victoria alive. Has got a ghost ship. Victoria, you may just want to throw this one. He does do so. Applying the aura to some of his team. Spirit Breaker getting bursted down. Maybe his damage output.
Gosh,
Too much
that
to
Lash
deal with
Rap.
here. That Lash hurts.
Pulse Nova plus Diabolic Edict just shredded the two supports. So it was a trade between an RP for Void Chrono and 2-for-1 trade, so favorable trade for LGD. Let's see if they can actually transition into a tower objective.
And you're right about the second ulti being bigger, but what Empire did not have was damage. Leshrac at this point dishes out massive damage around those ultis, whereas Razor maybe takes longer to build up. He's got to get the static link going. He also has a more defensive build.
Resolution wasn't at the fight too.
Very true.
He's not at a stage where the Arc Warden is able to... I mean, I guess he's actually ready to... He's kind of ready to fight.
He can send his illusions in with the Shadow Blade, look for those solo kills on support.
He does not have his spots yet, so that's the item that is going to allow Arc Warden to be anywhere.
Yes. That's where you get that much shorter cooldown. LGD are pushing with sentries, so they won't get caught by surprise by that Shadow Blade.
So they still have meta up. They did not have to commit that for the tier 2 at bottom. So let's see if they can actually... Because Chrono is still down. Can they actually get more out of this right now?
Soon do they consider something like Roshan, or is that still a bit of a ways off probably?
Not sure though. Roshan is dangerous this game because of Ice Blast. Ice Blast can be very, very problematic in the Rosh Pit. So unless they find a clear opportunity where they wipe the enemy team or at least get like 2 to 3 kills, I'm not sure if LGD can be very comfortable going for the Roshan here in this game. Because if you look at their heroes, like when they have Chrono and Ice Blast up, you definitely do not want to get to that in the Rosh Pit.
Zoe with his Shadow Bladed illusion is going to go look for kills. Won't find a kill off of this. Does some damage, loses his...
that's like support nightmare, you know, Parker?
Yep.
You see an Arc Warden, 10
Shadow
plus
Blade.
double, and he runs at you, then you have to buy sentries, and he hits you, you're at half HP.
This is where, like, look at these LGD support net worth now, 2.3k and 2.5k. They're not going to be going up without, like, taking a lot of towers or Roshan, because all their money is going to go into sentries at this point.
And they're gonna, like, rely on Team Go at this point. They're not gonna be able to get too much, because, like, their tri-cores this time, Magnus, TP, Lash, both of them, all 3 of them are gonna take a lot. Chronosphere is back up, so let's see.
Charge in mid, looking for Yao on the Oracle. Getting to be cancelled here. They do need to be a little bit careful.
They have no vision though, so they are very, very hesitant about going in.
Yeah.
On the other hand, LGD has 1 deep ward here, so actually, none of the teams have like Roshan ward.
We are seeing Resolution try and make up for the lack of vision by split pushing. Pressure the lanes, force LGD to show themselves and defend towers, so the Tempest double pushing out bottom. Really wants that level 3 ulti as soon as possible to minimize the downtime.
Ice Blast.
You should see this one.
Oh no.
Does get away. Will still get the kill, it looks like, with the Flux, and meanwhile Oracle needs to escape here. Has got the route to travel, will TP out as soon as possible.
Oh, he got stunned.
To the north, Spirit Breaker will not be so fortunate. Charge in 2, could be close. Nope.
The root. So that's a Bloodstone charge for the Lash as well. All in all, I think the trade quite even though it was like trading a position for an off lane, but because of the Bloodstone charge, I think it sort of even things up.
Very much a farming game now. We see FN just throwing an ultimate to farm jungle creeps. Everything about this game does suggest we are in it for the long haul, as neither team pulling away. Just less than 1k gold lead. I
think the next objective would be Roshan, but neither team would be wanting to commit to the Rosh without like winning a fight, like getting 2 or 3 kills. And right now, talking about item-wise,
a lot of Shadow Blades is what I'm seeing.
He is getting Lincolns.
Okay. Against what in particular do you feel this is?
I think it's for the static link.
Static link. I mean,
static link is the most annoying for TB.
Yep. It's gonna be high. I mean, it's not normally something Razor can easily get to, but if he does, then
the talent, the level 15. Oh, okay. Usually people get the. I mean, I guess this game is warranted because of the heroes. Like usually you get the cast range. Okay, 11 again. Another pick.
Chrono Ice Blast. I mean, this is very much a game of pickups. Farming and pickups. Neither team wants to take the big 5-on-5 fights, and Shadow Blades are being purchased all over the place. Arc Warden has one.
vision is going to
Void,
be very
Spirit
key in this kind of game. Getting a gem early, having sentries, observers. Like you want to have sentry. If you're against the Shadow Blades, you want to have like ob sentries at very key locations.
Victoria's TP'd in. This could be a bad spot to be. Roger behind the Shadow Amulet players there. They don't need Chronosphere. They're going to take this fight. Ame could be in some trouble here. Been caught by the time dilation, slowed down, and Resolution going to be there. The Sunder can come out. He's going to die before he gets to use it. Maybe he's just going to charge into everyone, doing massive damage with the ultimate, but he's going to get burst down as well. Cold Feet it up. He's going to respawn incredibly fast here, but he's got very few teammates to play around. Yao does not stand a chance as he gets taken out.
There was like so close for. I think LGD should have been able to take the fight if the Sunder went off. With and the Oracle TP in, they should have been able to take that fight because Leshrac was dealing so much damage there.
And even if he dies, he has that second life, and if TP's still alive, it's very different.
He might not have. I think he might not have died as well. Like because if the TP Sunder, they would be focusing on TP. Oracle would have been able to use the ulti on either one of them. So
it did look like even if TP got the Sunder off, he would have still probably been focused and burst down post ultimate, but it's really hard to say.
But the Lash would kill everyone else.
Yeah, exactly. It would have been much more even, maybe LGD favored fight. Very confident, aggressive play from Empire, and they are rewarded for their aggression. I mean, they had the vision. That's the key thing. I love the Spirit Breaker's position. He was behind the tower with a Shadow Amulet, just sitting there invis, and set that up perfectly.
This is like a dream game for Outwarden. You're already winning the fight elsewhere, and you're like getting to the point where you have bots, Maelstrom, Mjolnir, and Shadowblade. These are the items that will allow the Outwarden to be everywhere and pressuring, like split pressuring the lanes, making it very difficult for LGD to move out. They're gonna have to try to pick off someone.
They're looking for it. It's the Razor. Ice Blast is gonna be there. Won't get a chance to BKB.
So they have to use the RP for that.
They want to get this Magnus kill in return. The blink is up in half a second. He doesn't get it off though. Gets found 11. We'll get a chance to blink now thanks to the false promise and will survive as a result. Can only imagine. I always feel like I want to say that, but I'm like, okay, we're right.
Isn't it like if the thing on top of the hero is green, you're gonna survive because you're taking.
Yeah, you're gaining health.
You're gaining health.
And red, or there's some way where you know you're. I've been told that before, and I'm always like, I'm looking for. I'm like, I don't know. Maybe it's my eyesight.
It's not 100% accurate, is it?
I think it's accurate. I think it's just hard to predict. Still, like hard to see even.
Because I'm not an Oracle picker.
Yeah, I'm not an Oracle picker either.
I know that my friend has spoken about it, where you can see the indicator on top of the.
I think it shows whether they're gaining health or losing health, not whether they're gonna die or not. What?
So you might still die if it's green?
No, your green means you're gonna be gaining health, so you can't die if you're gaining health. Right, you'd think. Who knows? We need some Oracle spammers out there of Twitch chat. I know there are probably at least just a couple of you.
Talk to Stanking.
Yeah.
He's here.
Yeah, Stanking, there we go. He's someone who fill us in. But Empire in the Roche pit, they know there's no RP. We talked about LGD playing around Chrono being down. Empire can do the same thing with RP being down. And they're actually going to secure themselves Roche. The advantage for Empire got cut back a little bit with Razor going down. It was actually up to like 3 to 4k, but it's going to be regained through this Roche.
Yep, things are looking really good for Empire right now. Their Outwarden is in a stage where, charge.
May have been scattered by the creep wave. They put the sentry too late. He's going to try run away from this one. Roger may have thrown away his life. He gets stunned up as well. Roger. Not the plan you were looking for. The Chrono catches too perfectly. How'd that even get the Oracle? Oh, Ghost Stick. You magical man gets a kill, but his team's still in trouble despite that. RP catches out FN. He has an Aegis, but they may try and pop him twice. He'll be coming back to life, but Ame's there with a Metamorphosis. Rezo coming in with the illusion. Wants 11. Can they fight this one? FN BKBs, but has to run. Rezo will cover for his buddy. Boy, hell he hurts. He almost kills maybe on his way out, as well as 11. Imagine if his real hero stayed. He may have died, but it looks like he could have gotten a couple kills.
This Outwarden is a huge problem right now, and he has a BKB. Oh dear.
On Outwarden. Yeah.
You don't really see this item on Outwarden a lot, but it tells you that he's really confident that he's already far ahead enough that he can actually get this BKB and join the fights. Because Outwarden, usually you are trying to stall the game out as long as you can, keep farming, and you keep snowballing.
Well, what we're seeing is this TB versus Arc Warden is the TB isn't killing the Arc Warden in his illusions because he's got the
Bottom lane.
the evasion.
FN no BKB up. Another Bloodstone charge for Lash.
He's going to get caught. The return is potentially going to come out nice. Multi-hero charge going to land here. The Kunkka initiate on it. It's Resolution with that BKB. He wants to fight. We'll start by taking down Victoria to the back. It's Ghost Stick getting another kill here. The Chronosphere not up for some time, and it does look like LGD may be okay to fight this one, but it's going to be Resolution constantly plaguing them. It's been scouted out moving forward. 11. The plan here. Resolution just going to find a TB illusion. Still sneaking around.
Gosh, he's still farming the jungle.
I can't. Yeah, he just.
I can't believe
past
he's
the
still
illusion.
farming.
I guess he knows, like, oh, Empire backed off, so
How?
it's safe.
There's no.
It's safe.
Okay, there's a vision. Okay, there's a ward there.
it's
I was like, he didn't see anyone. How did he know? Okay, that's a ward. Wards around the mid lane, the ancient areas. So he saw the void and the A walking past those wards. Right? Otherwise, he would have. That does not make sense at all. Like he was, like, how is he farming there?
The game will continue on with it very close between these two teams. So
Yep.
pretty standard stuff. You mentioned the BKB Arc Warden a bit different. The Talons all look pretty standard there. Leshrac gets the plus 15 strength. I feel like that's so much. Spell Amp sounds great on Lesh, but you're not doing spell damage if you don't stay alive, and 5% is, it's nothing. Ember gets 8% at level 10, you know?
Yeah, but still, sometimes there's another hero on top of my mind that actually gets. Oh, Puck gets. Oh no, Puck gets 10% at level 20.
A little bit more, but it's one of those things. You see the town, you're like, it's 5% versus what, 300 health?
Sometimes you can get it if you're far ahead enough.
Said Winter.
5% can be a lot if you have
5%
a Shiva's Radiant, if you have Shivas and Radiance and a Dagon.
I'm not buying. That means instead of that means do some, like
Well,
if you
okay,
do 1,000 damage in a team fight, Winter, instead of doing 1,000 damage, you do 1,050. Is that 50 damage gonna tip the scale? I mean, it could.
Could
Don't
you
get me
know,
wrong,
like,
it could. But that's an extra 50 damage for every 1,000 damage you do.
okay, fine.
I'm not feeling it.
I'm not gonna take the 5%. Oh,
Don't take
what?
the
Oh,
5%.
he caught Rezo.
Yeah, he's got a BKB. That 5% won't help you there.
Oh, does.
They're gonna likely bring him down. Rezo, he's got help in the Spirit Breaker, but it's too late. The BKB wears off, and
Oh
Roger will
my
die
God.
as well.
What a play by maybe that he was hiding in the trees,
Yeah.
waiting, and he has dust. Oh my god, that was such a play. That was a game-changing move right there from
This is
Outlash.
what, the first lead of LG? Okay, they had a lead a bit earlier on, but the game was starting to slip away from them until that big play came up.
This is the thing that you want to see from your mid player. All the polarizing mid players, they will make like some sort of opening for your team by getting a key kill like this, and they have no buyback. This might be actually Rex. It's
Only one lane because
it's
of
a
the
Lash
T2s.
and a Terrorblade. They're gonna get Rex.
Go for tier 4s even if they...
Oh no, he's gonna buy.
So
Oh
inclined.
no, Arc Warden has no buyback actually.
Yep.
Only FN.
That's the big one. They really want to defend these Raxes here. The Magnus is posting up very far forward. Do they see him here? Ghost Stick is going to go on him. There is an Oracle to perhaps save his life. Yao, position to the back. He's... Yao?
There's no mana. No
Oh.
mana for Chrono.
Okay, Ghost Stick can't use the Chronosphere. This is the problem. He goes Intel Treads. He's getting some mana back now. Now he actually has it. Will he throw it out? He may be waiting for the Arc Warden. The Chronosphere not great, as Ghost Stick is going to see his Rax go down. The Chronosphere wasted. No deaths in all of that. I was like, what is going on here? It even looked like Yao was just sitting at the back, not even... I guess he just knew Magnus was going to live because he wasn't worried at all. Or just seemed to say, I'll let my Magnus die. I don't need to ulti him.
As long as my Lash, Terrorblade are alive, I'm fine.
Yeah.
You know, Parker. Those are the two important
Yeah,
heroes.
eyes on the target, which was the Rax and his... You say those two cores.
Okay, so game took a big turn.
Ame gets a kill on one side of the map. Meanwhile, we're watching the Spirit Breaker at mid-charge forward. That was Poshka doing some warding, I guess. Not sure what was going on there. And there was a Dire Ward, which it looks like gave vision of him swooping on in. Definitely LGD pulling a little bit ahead following a Rax and a couple of big hit pickoffs,
I mean,
all
it's
off of
it's
that
still not too
Razor.
big of a problem for the Arc Warden. He's going to be able to defend the lane and still have a chance to, you know, join his team because he always has the boost of travel and Temple's double. But, yep.
God, Shadowblade Wars. 3 heroes invised up. And they do see Rogers Spirit Breaker. He has been picked perhaps one too many a time this game. The Dire Sentry was there with the Observer Ward.
I mean, that's what you do as Spirit Breaker sometimes. You run around, you scout, and you try to, you try to be the one that dies to the smoke gang instead of like, let's say a Razor or the Arc Warden or someone else.
Yep.
And you try to go on some random warding like mission and you die.
It's definitely a tough game to play. Spirit Breaker.
I mean,
Shadow Blade.
he still made a lot of like openings, I think, overall throughout the game for his team.
Yeah. And a lot of his deaths is like, oh, my team's going in, or my carry Arc Warden's dying. I've got to go try and save him. You know, he's trying to be a good support. Well,
You know, life of support. You know, that's what you do.
die for your chorus. Yep. Time you're 0-10 as a support, you know, just say, "I'll save my teammates." Definitely wasn't my fault. Blame the carry. That's what I'm hearing. They blame you every time for when they die, so you can blame them for your death. So TP's in bottom will immediately Silver Edge up with his.
Yep, so right now TB is gonna have his Monkey King bar up. That's an essential item against the Arc Warden, the field, the magnetic field.
Yep.
So you bypass that evasion. Roche is gonna spawn soon, so likely good for LGD right now is finish the MKB, secure the Roche, then another set of Rex.
I saw one gem picked up. Okay, so it's on Miposhka now. Void actually bought it. I think as soon as that
Yeah,
Death on Spirit Breaker
too many
happened.
Shadow Blades.
And on the Dire side, Sentries is still. I mean, we talked about Kunkka and Oracle not farming much, but they found enough kills. And Rax in itself is a lot of money. That's where a
Yeah.
lot of their income came from. The team gold.
But they don't have much of a choice right now. Like, you need to keep spamming because the sentries are going to provide you. Like, Sentry Gem is going to be the key deciding factor because when you're playing a game where it's like Void against Magnus, it's going to be all
Gem.
about like
They see him
decision.
coming in 11. The charge only catches one. There is going to be another strike to follow up. The Chrono catches two, but Yao is there. He already used the ultimate though. They could focus down the ledge. Ghost Seeker and a BKB up goes on the Oracle. Wants to try and take out the support in the backlines first. 11. He will barely survive. He was down to 300 health after the Oracle False Promise. The kill onto
Thunder.
the Void. Oh no, the RP as well. Onto 2. LGD gonna clean up here. The Sentry gets dropped. They'll get the Arc Warden. Razor can only scurry back to base, and they'll get a free gem out of it as well. They actually bought one before the fight, but great well-timed Sunder. The Magnus barely surviving with a couple hundred health after the False Promise, and then he comes back in for that RP.
You know, like we talked about previously in this kind of matchups, like you don't want to be the first one going in most cases.
There's another RP, Winter.
The
He's just
second-
caught a refresher.
Game is already over. Well, there's no
Yeah,
buyback.
GG. Won't even
Again-
get a chance to use it.
Again, another well played team fight from LGD, allowing them to win the game. They have a very bumpy early game, I would say, from the Magnus especially.
Mhm.
But overall, I think everyone else were like they were doing the right moves. Like